Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another official Detroit basketball podcast with your host, Miguel. I got a few guests with me today. We got Barack.
What's up? Rock and roll, checking in. Good, Detroit basketball, all that good stuff.
We got Michael Hunter.
What's going on, everybody? You know what it is. Detroit Pistons ambassador. What up, though?
The ambassador of the Pistons. And we got Sam Bell. What up, Sam?
Hey, what's up, everybody? Southwest Michigan, lifetime fan. You know, been following every move.
Sam Bell is Ben Wallace, for everybody that doesn't know.
I believe it, man. I believe it.
Dude was out rebounding everybody, man. Dude is grabbing every board. I couldn't grab a single board.
Yeah.
And Sam was like, here, Mike, you want a ball?
We got to play ball one day, man.
Okay.
Yeah, they got a hoop outside the Little Caesars. So
they sure do.
Playing after the game.
Yeah. You see me, man, holla at me, man. I'm probably the best two guard in Detroit.
Yeah. I'm telling you, that's the best addition. I wish they had that everywhere.
I mean, it was pretty cool. It was pretty cool. I was getting out rebounded by 14-year-olds.
Damn. You sound like us versus the Bucks, man.
Don't do that.
It wasn't fair, man. That's why
if he got out rebounded by 14, that's exactly
that's why I had Sam with me. That's why I had Sam with me. Sam was awesome.
Oh, okay.
All right, so
I was representing our group there. I was getting bored for everybody. I couldn't make nothing, so I had to pass.
Yeah, do what you got to do, bro.
Hey, man.
Sam was putting that work in, man.
Yeah.
All right, so we got a topic that we want to start off with. We're going to start off with Langston Galloway version 2.0. What do you guys think of Mr. Langston Galloway?
I got a little something to say about him. I think for me, he's like I know he's not the best player, but he's like a fan favorite for me. I really like him. He's a real professional. I think he helps in the locker room. I think he's got a quick release shot. I think he works well with Derrick Rose and most of the guys really, because he just spaces the floor and he'll play defense. You know, he's not like physically gifted, but he'll play defense hard. So I like him. I think about re-signing him. That's my opinion.
Well, this is what I got on Langston. First of all, I want to say before the season started, I wanted him off this team almost as bad as another guard that I won't mention, or else it's going to be a 9-hour conversation. But as far as Langston this season, I got to say, on certain nights, he's the second best guard on the team. That's how well he's been playing, man. Like he was like he has a really Vinnie Johnson in him off the bench. The defense, as my man just said, is astronomically improved. He's even driving the ball to the rim. I even saw him do some passes. This guy's really elevated. But even saying that, I like him. What a great trade package he would be with somebody.
Oh, yeah.
You know? I look, man, we gotta get players, man.
Yeah,
we gotta get them.
As much as it hurts, as much as it's true, man. But my look on Langston, as you said, like I wanted him gone because the whole playoffs, bro. It's like he missed every shot. Wide open though, like nobody, like people were literally drinking tea watching him.
Yeah,
he was
a self-check.
Yeah. But this year, coming in, now when he shoots, I absolutely know what's going in. I look forward to it. Like it's wet, bro. I'm already setting up in the air, so keep him. If we get somebody for him, trade him. I'm cool with it. But
I think that's fair.
But
I think he is a potential good trade piece because he's got an expiring contract and he's good.
He's been showing out, bro. Like you said, driving to the rack and playing defense on good guards, bro.
Right. Look.
Away from the challenges at all.
no bench guard has had a significant game against Langston Galloway. Think about that. And I know the Pistons bench is like toward the top. I get that, but there's other teams that got good benches, and Langston's been at the very least holding his own. You know, that's a massive. You know, if there was an award for most improved bench player in the league, based on what I've seen at least, it might be Langston will at least be in the running.
Yeah, I think, but I like it.
You know,
like he brings fire, him and Christian Wood, off the bench. Like, look at him. I heard it.
Oh, Mr. Christian Wood. I won't save it.
Are we going to transition to Christian Wood now?
Man. Oh, that's my guy.
He brings fire to you, man. You know, when Wood come in, man, he's ready. You know, he's ready, man. But we'll say that. So whenever the topic comes up, I'm all for that one.
I mean, we can bring it up now. I don't mind. I don't have much to say. I don't have much to add about
everybody
Langston.
say everything they have to say about Langston.
I don't have much to add about Langston. I'm in agreement with a lot of you guys. My biggest issue for anybody that wants to keep him more years is that there's two knocks on that. The first knock is that he's been here 4 years, and what he's doing this year is what he should have been doing his first year, second, and third year he was here. Secondly, the second knock on him is that he's in his final year. This is a contract year for him. So he's kind of obligated to ball out. So anybody that's in favor of trading him, I'm kind of on that boat. I want to get as much as we can get out of him before, you know, we sign him onto another big contract and he disappears for another couple years. So those are my things about Langston. But outside of those kind of negatives, I do agree with everybody here. He's stepped up his game this year, and that's for damn sure. I don't know how long he's going to last, but I know that for the 3 months that we played, he's been pretty good. It's the best we've seen him in a Piston uniform, that's for sure.
Yeah, I think he's averaging more points a game than KCP was for us.
I'm sorry. There was KC who? No. Let's not do that. Look. I just got over nightmares of him and Stan Johnson, man. I refuse to accept they were ever Pistons. No.
Yeah.
No.
But I love KCP. Well, me out.
I got you. Go ahead, man.
I love his intensity. Like, energy, I love it. Like now I don't know what he's doing, but when he played for us, you know, I could forget about the offense, the defense. I love KCP. I'm a defense first guy, so I love him. So that's really it, man. I love him as a player. You know, I have every jersey of his signed by him. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. But
wait a minute. They actually sold KCP jersey. Who the hell's in charge of the Pistons store?
You could have hung out with him at the hookah lounge. I hear he was always at the hookah lounge.
Yeah, the one in
that explains a lot about that jump shot. Joe Dumars' run when it was like on point outside of those last, and someone can correct me, but outside of those last maybe 3-4 seasons. It was toward the top, man. It was toward the top. The Eastern Conference Finals, the championship, the All-Star games and appearances, the record. You know what I'm saying? It was toward the top. It just ended so bad. That's the problem. Whereas Stan Van Gundy was just trash throughout.
He was the most important Detroit Piston of all time, I think.
Oh, no way.
Zeke.
Not the most important. Not the most important.
It would have to be Zeke. To me.
I have to go. I'm going Zeke or Dave Bing. I'll go Zeke or Bill Davidson. Those two.
I'm
missing Vinny Johnson, bro. Like, Vinny Johnson was a major.
Vinny Johnson was massively important. He's underrated. He might be the most underrated Piston, Vinny Johnson. Seriously.
Yeah.
I may be in agreement with Sam. I think Joe is he's close to the top, man.
Sure.
Yeah, he's got to be top 5, I think.
I almost want to say
top 3.
I almost want to say he's number 2. I would almost say he's number 1. There's nobody on that Bad Boys team that could have done what he has done. 15 years later or whatever it was. It's not 15. Was it 15? Yeah, it was 15 years later. 14 years later.
Yeah.
Isaiah wasn't doing that. He didn't do that in Toronto or New York. We don't really know what Bill Laimbeer would have done. He was getting blackballed, but I don't know.
Bill made some
wait a minute.
moves too.
Let's be careful. Bill Laimbeer did that thing with the shock. That counts for something now.
Yeah.
I know it's WNBA. I get that. I get it. No, WNBA, blah, blah, I get that. But, that's Bill is a top tenor to me. But wait a minute. I know Joe. I'm not denying Joe. I'm not saying Joe is trash. I'm saying that Bill Davidson, man. Think about this.
Yeah.
While Bill Davidson was owning, you know who really should have us appreciate Bill Davidson more? Oh, we're going to get to it right now. Yes. Look at our owner now. Look at who's our owner now.
Drunk Tom Davis.
Yeah. So that's the difference in ownership when you have Bill Davidson and you go from that to drunk boy moving and stuff. I despise. Look, hey Tom Gores, if you're listening to this, I really hope that you and Martha Ford both fill both of your teams. Now.
I think Tom Gores. I think he's a goofball. He'll never be Davis or anything. But I think I think he's naive or something. When he bought the team, he really wanted to do what he thought the city wanted. Like he was asking people on the street basically of what they thought. And everybody said you need to move the team to downtown. Like I think he did that because that's what everybody said should be done.
Okay, now we got to be careful. Now he did that. That's how he started. So he's listening to the fans and all that, and that's cool to start. Then explain the possibility. I apologize in advance for this one. Explain the possibility of drumming.
All right.
He's not listening to the fans at all on drumming. He's not listening to the fans at all on a lot of these moves.
He's not.
I think, and look, I'm not saying I'm not saying these Pistons fans know everything, because Lord, we're in groups, so we see what we see. But I'm saying that in this case, when it comes to drumming, that these fans may have some. As far as the total consensus, maybe about 51%. 49 is like pay him whatever. 51 kind of seems to be not worth the money. That's the 51 that's kind of right. Yeah, that's not saying Drummond is the worst player in the world. That's not saying Drummond's trash. That's saying Drummond is not at that level. And no team is going to pay him that. None.
Well, as of right now, there's a lot of teams that would pay Drummond that money, bro. I'm sorry.
Straight? Okay. Now, the New York Knicks don't count as a team, right? My bad. The New York Knicks do not count as a team. They're not really a team.
So you don't think teams like Sacramento wouldn't take him?
Take him, yes. Pay him 27.
Teams like Washington.
Okay, now look, for all those that seen the post that I put up about Brad Beal, I meant every one of them, but that was part of the reason why it didn't work out, because Washington has the problem with that John Wall contract. They ain't gonna pay Drummond that.
Yeah.
Because if they would have, we would have Drummond. We have Brad Beal on the team right now. That was the holdup. One of the holdups, if I'm not mistaken.
Do you think Bradley Beal would be a good fit for us? Really thinking about it and doing your research. Would you really think Bradley Beal would be a great piece?
Absolutely.
Think so?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I'm not saying he wouldn't be. I'm just putting it out there in the atmosphere.
It's a good topic, and the reason I got a solid basketball reason why. Now this is with the caveat of. So here's the caveat. Blake, let's say it, and I know this won't happen. So for all the trade machine and the idiots, got it, whatever. I really don't care about that. My thing is, let's say I'm dreaming. I can trade Blake and Langston for Brad Beal and 2 fillers, right? Here's how it works. So no more Blake dribbling the ball. There you go. I could really stop right there. right? So let's keep going.
Mm-hmm.
So Blake is out, and so you lose Langston, but you get some fillers. You got Brad Beal.
Well,
Think about
this.
Let me
pause you real quick. You're saying hypothetically, right? You're not saying this is your actual.
Right.
You're saying hypothetically.
Completely hypothetically,
okay.
No money or cap thing or weird money thing involved.
Just
straight up.
He's not putting together a real trade. He's just saying hypothetically.
No, I am not.
Okay. Correct.
Because I know if I say anything close to not hypothetical, I already know what's going to happen to my Facebook Messenger. I already know.
Your reputation will be tarnished.
Oh my gosh! Oh, that's another topic. What's the most crazy thing you got in your Facebook message today? Anyway,
man, I don't even want to start.
Anyway, but yeah, so you would have Brad Beal. Let's say you keep Drummond, right?
Mm-hmm.
You basically have, I don't care what no one says, you would have this version of like a Penny and Shaq type of thing. No, Brad Beal's not Penny Hardaway at his prime. I'm not saying he is, but you would have that type of synergy. Because then Drummond, since he likes to get the ball low and look for the guy, who better look to than Brad can shoot and drive and pass when he wants to. Dude torches damn near everybody one-on-one. Washington sucks. We get that. But him as a player, who has stopped Brad Beal? Who's the player in the league that Kawhi had problems stopping Brad Beal? That's how dope Brad Beal is. So yes, I say yes.
That's another question. Because I saw an article in the group, but I didn't actually read it. But it was saying about which teams could take on Blake's contract. So, like, which teams do you think would be open to taking Blake?
Well, that's an excellent question. The Knicks are stupid. They'll do anything. So that's my first choice.
So they have all fours, bro. All big men over there. That is crazy.
And watch this. I think the Knicks are so dumb they'll take another one. I'm so serious. The Knicks are the Lions.
Name though. Just off the name they'll take them, man. You know?
Yeah, they'll take it. The same thing the Pistons did. Yeah, same thing the Pistons did. Yeah, sure.
See, I think when we traded away Tobias, bro, and like Marcus Morris, I was hurt, bro. Like I was at work, I had to leave. and my luckily my boy was my line leader. He said, "Bro, just go ahead," because he told me. It still hurt. Like Tobias, come on, man. We think Tobias is not trash at all, bro. At all.
Well, we were
still had him now. Who would you have right now, Tobias or Blake Griffin?
Right now, man, a heartbeat, Tobias. And a heartbeat.
Oh, man.
Close, man.
Only because he's healthy.
That was the problem with we had all small forwards. We had Marcus Morris and we had Tobias.
I don't even look at Marcus Morris as a small forward. I look at him as a power forward.
We were having troubles then defensively at power forward.
We were having a lot of trouble with Tobias towards the end of his run here. But the other part to it too is that Marcus Morris was traded before Tobias was traded. Marcus Morris was traded, I believe, during the summer to get Avery Bradley, and we needed Avery Bradley at the time because SVG let KCP walk in the off season, and we didn't have a shooting guard. We were in a hole of shooting guard. And then Reggie Jackson was suffering his injuries, so we didn't even have a backcourt. So we had to trade something to get some kind of guard, some kind of starting guard back there with Ish Smith. And it ended up being Avery Bradley. We ended up getting Avery Bradley for Marcus Morris. That's how that went down.
And we still traded him away. He didn't even want to be here.
No, he didn't. And he was hurt too.
By his demeanor, he didn't want to be here. You know,
right.
Like Boban, like a player like Boban wanted to be here. He wanted to be here. Like he loved Detroit. You know, but I could tell by Avery's like just how he acted. He didn't want to be here, man.
No, he didn't.
That's why he
was halfway hustling on the court. And don't get me wrong, I was excited when Avery came, but I knew. But to agree with you, I just knew he didn't want to be here. Had we got the Avery Bradley that, I'm in Boston. I'm in Boston. I'm so happy to be in Boston, whatever. And, ooh, I'm under Brad Stevens. If we got that Avery Bradley, man, that would have been golden. But, you know.
The thing about that was Jaylen Brown was, like, already, I mean, he, like, learned everything from, like, he was just a better player to go with Boston.
There's no question about that. Oh, yeah, you know. Which would have actually been even more golden, because now you got a player. If he wanted to be here, you know, the chip on the shoulder, which leads to this. Going back to the Bradley Beal thing, and of course, I can hear it now. But anyway, going back to the Bradley Beal thing, imagine if Bradley Beal came here with a chip on his shoulder. Oh, my Lord. That'd be like unleashing like almost a Kobe Bryant-ish player. No, Bradley Beal is not Kobe Bryant. Okay? I want to say that quick because I know what could happen. You said Bradley Beal. No, I didn't. But I'm just saying it'll be that type of thing. That'll be like the Mamba. We're missing a Mamba at that two guard, at that point guard position, although Bruce Brown's a pit bull. I like that. But we're missing that. I'm going to whoop your ass on the court. Derrick Rose has it, but he's off the bench. You know? The starter. Who's the starter? Luke has of it when he gets the little attitude. I like it. Who's going to be that guy? If we have that guy, even with Drummond, let's say Drummond's going to get paid no matter what because Tom Gores is Martha Ford's brother, right? Okay. So, if that's the case, Drummond's here no matter what. If you get somebody on that perimeter that's also a killer, now you got Drummond opened up, and he'll be able to beat down people down in the post, and we'll see more out of him. I will say this in defense of all the Drummond fans, I can kind of feel you there because when you don't have guards that are that guy with the center with the type of skill set that Drummond has, it does take away from Drummond. But that's what Drummond got to do more. Sorry, because we got to do more. You know,
that's my guy, man.
I hear you. On nights, don't get me wrong, dog. I'm not the biggest Drummond fan, but on certain nights, I'll be like, that's the guy I could see why people dig him. But then on those other nights when your man disappears, he's when he disappears.
Yeah. I can agree with you. Absolutely, man. Absolutely.
Yeah.
You know, but
we have been deficient at. We don't have a dominant shooting guard. I mean, Luke's playing good, but like he's not physically dominant, like or something. Like we don't anybody that could be. We don't know Drummond's full potential. I think because of that. I think you might have a point with that.
I don't think it's really the shooting guard position because right now we have Bruce Brown, bro. Like look, Bruce Brown is not a point guard. Right. His IQ is not good. Like as far as no. It's not point guard, bro. It's not. It's sometimes like he. How can I say it? Like as far as going to the rack, like he has so many openings. Go to the rack. You see how Ish Smith did this other night, right?
Okay.
He's not a score down low.
But Bruce has been driving. Bruce's main move has been driving to the rack, and when Bruce has driven, that game against Houston, that was Bruce driving to the rack. I counted at least 14 drives. Now, not all the baskets went in, but I counted 14 drives he did to the rack. You know,
I don't need him to go in. I need him to drive 3D, and you learn that in the hood, in the neighborhood.
Preach.
Dribble.
That's preach.
Dribble,
That's
drive,
preach.
dish.
Mm-hmm.
When you dribble and you drive, bro, everybody sees you. Like D-Rose, you see what happens when D-Rose drives the ball. Everybody sees him. He consistently does it. If he does that, dish it out. You don't have to lay it up. You have to get everybody involved. Like that's how you get everybody involved, bro. I've been playing point guard and shooting guard my whole life. When you see that hole, I don't care if you got two dribbling moves. You take it.
Completely agree. Now wait.
Don't wait.
Let me say this. You know what's really killing also, I think, the point guard position for the Pistons is that, and I like Coach, don't get me twisted, but Coach got this thing. I think there's a communication gap. Coach got this thing. hey, shoot the three. Be sure you shoot the three. I don't think that coaching staff has properly defined what type of three you mean. There's many type of threes to shoot. And I avoid going to this guy. There's certain point guards that shoot stupid-ass threes. That's not offense. Never has been, never will be. Shooting a three, and to echo what you said about playing point guard, you nailed it. You shoot the three off the drive. You shoot open threes. You don't shoot threes that's like 2 dribbles down the court, 15 seconds left on the shot clock, fling. That is not offense.
You're not Stephen Curry.
Boom.
Yeah.
And that's what I think has happened to guys like Bruce Brown, guys like even Luke Kennard. Derrick Rose is Derrick Rose, so he doesn't be too concerned about it. Even guys like Fee. I think a lot of these guys are like, well, coach told me to shoot this three, but I see this wide lane here. Well, to keep playing, because coach don't let me play a lot, I'm going to shoot this bad three instead of drive the lane. And also, to add to what you're saying, what's the number one reason to drive the lane, besides obviously everything you said? It's because it moves the freaking defense. Defense can't stand that ball movement. That's a big piece of your ball movement when you're driving. And we're not getting it.
They have to. They have to shoot. You can't
Right.
sit in one spot.
Yeah, because you're going to get killed. You're going to get killed. When this team, let me tell you something, the Pistons could be the best driving team in the NBA, bar none. Maybe outside of Milwaukee, excuse me. They could be at least one of the top two because they're strong and they bully people. Drummond's a bully. Even Blake, turnover machine, is a bully.
Substitutions. The substitutions kill me. The substitutions, like the coach leaves Blake in too long. Take him out.
Hey, bro, if we're going to talk substitutions, let's talk about the gorilla in the room. That gorilla's name is Thon freaking Maker. Why is Thon playing so damn much right now?
Well,
explain.
For a few games, he wasn't playing because, at first, like I always say, Dwayne Casey has a fetish for Thon Maker, bro. Something. But I guess he started hearing it, the fans say, hey, man, take him out, bro. He's a liability on offense. He is. Why is he in the game?
This guy's a liability. This guy's looking. This guy has no footwork. His hands is Zaza Pachulia again. Remember when Zaza would catch the ball?
He
and
ain't
ball. Bro. Have you seen Zaza catch the ball in the post? Have you seen this guy? Just like Zaza. Just exactly like Zaza last season.
It's like watching a middle school kid. A middle school kid
is.
Footwork. I don't know, man. But
I bring up Don just to say that might be the worst substitution that the coach does. And of course you're killing Christian Wood. Mama know Chris play better than Don. Okay,
my son knows. He's three.
His excuse or whatever reasoning was, he said he didn't want to break up the bench unit. That's why
he had to laugh at that one.
What I love about Dwayne Casey is that I know Dwayne Casey hears all the fans saying how much they hate Thon. And then what happens when you don't have your starting center and you need one of your reserve centers to start? And what does Dwayne Casey do? He throws in Thon Maker. Why not? Screw the fans. I'm doing what I want to do.
He did kind of good, though. he did kind of good the first game he started, but oh God!
Wait, whoa.
Kind of like, listen to what I'm saying. This on defense. He's. I like him on defense, man. Like, he has the fire. He has it. But other than that, it's a no. I still would start Christian Wood. I'm sorry.
Okay. So let's go to the statement that was said about Casey not breaking up the bench unit. Hey, Casey, bro, come here for a minute. Thon's a reserve on the bench too, right? So if you play him as a starter, guess what you've done? You broke up the bench unit. Yeah. Shut up, Casey. Casey, Casey, if you don't start Christian Wood when Drummond goes out, you're an idiot. Flat out. You got to be kidding me, man. If you want to win or not. You know what? I kind of want to take Casey and Drummond occasionally and ask them a simple question: do you want to win games here? Because some of these things, off of Drummond, back on Casey, some of these moves, some of these substitutions are just the Tim Frazier experiment, right? That was great. Yeah, you're gonna substitute this short, non-shooting guy. Floor general, yes. Floor general, yes. Floor general, yes. However, we were not. But that's not the. You got Speed sitting on the bench, who basically has a better shot than Frazier could have. But no, go ahead and run Tim Frazier in the ground. Yeah, he's short and he has slow feet. Let him try to guard. I don't know, a guard from Indiana. Let him try to guard Trae Young. Great.
Damn. Oh, I got a headache. Hold on.
My bad, man. That's my fault. My fault.
Oh,
I did that.
Or how many years experience does he have?
Tim?
This is his third, if I'm not mistaken, because he was G League. He was like a G League phenom. Then he got to, he had that one season last season in New Orleans where he was bombing on people, including Andre Drummond. And this will be his second NBA full season.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can we throw somebody out there?
Maker than it? About the same, right?
No. Don has been here. Wait a minute. Count the seasons in Milwaukee. That's 2. No, 3.
For 4 years.
Oh, there you go. 3 plus 1. I was right. Yeah, 3 in Milwaukee and one with the Pistons. Well, 1.5 with the Pistons.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that must have been something part of his factor, I guess. But. Yeah, I mean, obviously it's not a good. You look at Miami, like they got these unsigned rookies, But
Kendrick Nunn is from Oakland University. Let that sink in.
Yeah.
Clay Felder, same class. They come from the same college. They both nice. He's taller. Like Nunn, like he has game.
Game and a half. That guy is amazing. But I'm gonna tell you who plays like Kendrick Nunn. Although he got to step up the defense a little bit, and we have him on our team. He's just in Grand Rapids. You damn Skippy. Jordan Bone does. He has a similar game. He has a little bit better shot. He does not have the driving that Nunn does. So I'm not going there. I get it, but I still think with the horrible guard situation, you got to put Bone in this rotation. Let him play. Hey, and what's up with Kyrie Thomas? Is he injured?
His foot.
He's.
It is. His foot is injured. Okay, thank you.
Yeah,
all right.
He's on his way out, man. Dude, Kyrie's on his way out, man. I'll say that myself.
Okay.
I could tell Coach didn't even like him in the summer league because he had somebody asked him about it. He said, he had like 6 3-pointers, and he said, Casey said, what month is it? That's what he said.
Ouch.
He wasn't
that's bad. I felt that. I missed that interview. Oh.
He said that.
Okay, so
this topic to the fans in the world.
You want me to give you my perspective on Kyrie? Kyrie came in the same draft Bruce Brown did. Bruce Brown was drafted after Kyrie. Kyrie has not seen a lick of playing time, and Kyrie's older than Bruce Brown, I believe, by a couple months.
And we traded where we lost the second round pick to move up to get Kyrie, didn't we?
Yeah, possibly. I think that is possibly true too. Yeah.
I don't remember the loss of the pick, so someone has to educate me on that. But I know we did something.
I don't know.
We did something to move up to get him.
I don't know
it
either.
Was a future pick.
But I know we were doing a lot of movement with those second-round draft picks, for sure. If it was not Kyrie, it was Bruce Brown that we moved up for. But my thing is that we I don't know if we have any future with Kyrie. I don't think there's. I think the signs are the writing's on the wall with him.
I don't know how many years he has. Is he Bruce Brown too? He's got only one more year. That's usually 3-year rookie contract, right?
Yeah,
right.
They're making like just less than $1 million. They're both at like $750 or something like that, like just under $1 million.
How long is our contract with Christian Wood? Is that another year?
That's a good question.
I think it's one.
No,
I think it's one more.
He's only on like a partial guarantee. Man. I think.
Whoa, Christian Wood is still unsigned?
He's signed.
No. I said he's getting re-signed regardless.
Re-signed. Okay. All right.
If they are smart.
He's on a Christian Wood, from what I remember, is on a similar contract that Joe Johnson had, because both of them were fighting for the same roster spot. They're like partial guarantees, I believe. I don't know what Christian Wood's contract situation is, but he should have a more guaranteed contract. Absolutely.
I mean, I think we're past that point. I mean, if he's not signed to a 2-season right now, or whatever extension, little tricky thing they do with those type of contracts, then that's disgraceful, and that's going to be kind of putting Casey on the hot seat. You don't let this guy go. You don't let Christian Wood go. So damn near 7 foot, great feet, you know.
Besides, I mean, unless if we can make a trade, or if Blake can get healthy next year, we should actually be looking at a really favorable situation. We have a lot of guys good players on cheap contracts still, and have a lot of things opened up. So, I mean, potentially,
and to add,
with a trade.
Right, and to add, are we getting out of some really bad contracts too on top of it? Or did you just say that? Right?
We still paying Josh Smith. Remember that?
Well, when are we done with Josh Smith, man? When are we done with that?
After this season,
year.
Done.
Okay. So that's another bad contract we're getting out of. So we're getting out of. We're getting out of that point guard.
Reggie Jackson is the last year. Langston Galloway's last year. Who else? We got Josh Smith.
He should be at top of the list.
Drummond is possibly last year. I think there's another one.
Okay.
So I know that we got Derrick Rose another year for cheap. We got Bruce Brown another year for cheap. We got I should be looking at I should have this printed out or something, but we got a few of them.
Okay.
Well, I'm looking at it right now. Christian Wood is getting paid $800,000 until January 10th. If he's still on the roster by the 10th of January, which he will be, he'll get the $1.6 million.
So he's not on a
worth every penny plus bump. Yes.
And I'm looking at it too. He's on his last year here, so that he's not on a multi.
Yeah.
He's
okay.
Yeah, he's very on the fringe still. It's kind of crazy. He doesn't really got a solidified roster spot yet.
Okay.
So all the money stuff we're going through right now, man, they might have to wait, you know? They don't know if they're re-signing Drummond. Blake. Oh, Jesus. Oh.
You know which team is rumored to even be thinking about Blake, and I would do it just to get and what's funny, this same team was rumored to actually want that point guard that I refused to say the name of. Boston, right? Like, there's some steam. It's not steam. It's not crazy, but something about. I'm hearing the Gordon Hayward thing involved, possibly a little Jaylen Brown. I'm wondering if they want Blake that bad. How come we don't do it? You know, I mean, Gordon Hayward is supposed to be healthy. I don't know.
Hey,
how long is he on contract for? He's got like a top 5, top 3 contract.
Gordon?
Gary Gordon.
Yeah.
Just to be straight up, Gordon wouldn't even be the main guy. I'm looking at that Jaylen Brown, man.
Yeah, I like that.
Oh man.
No, I'm saying Gordon.
He's a Stanley Johnson. With a
shot.
Yeah, like when I watch him play, like he's better than Stanley for sure. But when I see him play, kind of remind me of Stanley a little bit. Like strong defense, ugly ass shot. Keep my language, but.
All right, here's a question: who's a bigger liability to a team with their contract, Blake Griffin or Gordon Hayward?
Well, now we're talking about in their current situation with the teams they're with, correct?
Well,
that's only Blake, right?
Anything.
for any. See, that's tough because if Blake was on Boston, it probably wouldn't even be that deep, I guess, because don't they have a lot of cap room? Or not a lot of cap. Okay, not a lot, but they got more cap room than the Pistons. Well,
yeah, definitely, for sure.
Okay, all right. So Blake on Boston is different than Blake on Pistons. Just like Gordon on Boston. Like if Gordon was on the Pistons, oh gosh, wow,
yeah,
that's a fat ass ankle weight, right? We're going to disclude teams like the Clippers and the Lakers because they got great players. Moving on.
The Pistons traded 2 second-round draft picks for Kyrie Thomas. We didn't even draft him. It was the Philadelphia 76ers that drafted him. And
oh my gosh!
And we traded a 21st. A 2021 second-round draft pick and a 2023 second-round draft pick to move up to get him. That's what happened with Kyrie Thomas, to correct the record there.
I hope to gosh that Philly didn't pick with that second-round pick that Matthias Tebow from Washington. If they,
it might have.
That's like.
Well, it's the 2020. It's 2021.
No, because that guy's the future stud. Matthias Tebow from Washington. That guy's bad. He's great. Like he's defense and can hit a three and speed and all this stuff. And if we're saying that we gave up, I don't want to do this because I'm going to be thinking about the whole. I want to think about the whole rest of these draft picks that we screwed up on, and that's going to be another one, and that's going to have my head hurt. Oh my gosh!
Before this call is over with, we need to talk about this one guy, Sekou.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, we do.
So much potential. His potential is out the roof. When he gets the ball, like the times we've seen him get the ball, I know everybody was like excited. I was excited. I was yelling. I think I was the only person in the arena that got up. Literally, I was happy because most people don't know who he is. They don't do their the research and YouTube videos, stuff like that. Sit back and watch tape and whatnot. But I watched him. I didn't know who he was, like, really. I seen him a few times, like, watching Ball of Life on YouTube a little bit before we got him. But, after we got him, I did more research, and, man, like, he is a good player, man. He's been playing since he was 15 against grown men. So why can't he? I mean, I know the league is different than overseas, but come on now.
No, his moves look real good. Some of them moves look real good.
That shot a little ugly. The shot's a little ugly, but that's okay. The defensive footwork a little behind. That's all I got bad of. Honestly, that's all I got bad.
Sean Marion. Nothing is worse than Sean Marion.
I don't. I'm not too worried about his shot. You know what I'm worried about? I'm not too worried about his shot. I really do feel like if you're a player in the NBA and you're a wing player, you really work at your shot, I feel like you can get it down to at least be decent if you worked at it hard enough. What I am concerned about...
that step back, which is the big move in the NBA these days.
Yeah.
He seems to have it pretty good.
What I am concerned about Sekou and what I would like to see from him is the ability to take the ball to the rim. I would love to see that out of this guy. If he can figure out how to create offense off the dribble to the rim in some way or form, I don't really know. We haven't seen enough of him yet. Some people think he's a little big, may play power forward if he puts on some pounds. Some people still think he could be just a premier small forward, and if he is, I would love to see him bring the ball off the dribble, take it to the rim consistently.